Last night at home, the Golden State Warriors won Game 5 in their series against the Lakers. And in my last video, I did predict the Lakers would win the series in 6. And while last night's outcome was expected for me, Anthony Davis left the game early with a head injury. And today I want to go over what the Lakers must do in Game 6 with or without AD in order to avoid playing a tough Game 7 on the road in San Francisco and potentially blowing a 3-1 lead. Also, if you guys enjoy the video, then make sure to give it a like as it helps out a lot. And if you enjoy the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. Last night, the Golden State Warriors got a huge win at home over the Lakers as they won by a score of 121-106, and they cut the series deficit that they faced down to 3-2 in an attempt to try and shift the momentum. As mentioned in the intro though, Anthony Davis dealt with a head injury with 6 minutes and 48 seconds remaining in regulation, but with Golden State holding a 12-point lead at the time, it's safe to say they probably would have still won the game if Davis didn't get injured. However, this injury could shift the series back in Golden State's favor, and while reports as well as players are saying that AD should play in Game 6, we're going to go over what the Lakers must do with or without Anthony Davis in Game 6 right now. So Anthony Davis was on Wiggins to start. Here's a pin down for Klay with AD sticking in a drop. There's no roll from Wiggins, and you got to keep an eye on if the Warriors are going to be able to, in Game 6, keep Anthony Davis at the level like they did here as it opened things up, and you could see how LeBron was helping off of Gary Payton II. While AD on Wiggins was the big talking point for the game and the big reason why the Warriors jumped out to a big lead, you have to notice that the Warriors just had Wiggins screen for Curry. AD has to come to the level, and you notice that Gary Payton II is on the right wing, so LeBron is not the low man helping. Vanderbilt pulls over and Draymond cuts and finishes for the bucket. The Warriors continued to put AD on Wiggins again. The Warriors were still putting AD in action versus Curry, and you can notice that Wiggins was doing all the little things right, like flipping the angle of the screen at the last second and AD being on the wrong side that helped Curry go right into a pull-up 3. Down by 12, the Lakers had to do something that worked out pretty well last game, and that was look to attack Curry. Here you have Reeves screens for LeBron, and the Warriors go into the show and they recover twice. This was great defense from Wiggins, to be honest, but LeBron just goes and gets the jumper to fall. One thing I want to mention that I haven't mentioned in my previous videos is the importance of Jordan Poole. He's been a pretty much non-factor in this series, and right here, with the Lakers showing help, the Warriors are able to get the driving kick, and they're able to get the ball to Poole, who gets this shot to fall. While last night wasn't the outcome the Lakers wanted, LeBron was taking some big shots and made it clear he wanted this series over last night. One thing I mentioned from the first quarter was Wiggins being able to flip angles, as right here Wiggins has AD on him and screens for Curry again, and with Wiggins flipping angles, Curry rejects here and finishes at the rim. One thing I also mentioned in my last video was the wrinkle plays that both teams were throwing at one another. Here's AD on Wiggins as he comes off a stagger. That flows into Curry screening for Wiggins, who gets the switch and finishes. This was a sneaky counterplay from the Warriors as you have AD on Wiggins and the Lakers trying to keep AD from defending Draymond as the screener. Here, Wiggins screens for Draymond, the Lakers switch and go right into a pick and roll, and then Draymond is on the short roll and the help comes, but the cut hits. Like I said, man, LeBron really wanted this series over last night. The movement and the drives for Golden State were really one of their other big keys last night. As you can see, the Lakers are going to have to make sure they can contain and rotate better in Game 6, as they didn't do that here. The pressure points plays really killed the Lakers last night, and AD has to do a better job of trying to get back to the level and contesting jumpers. The Lakers were switching versus Curry in pick and rolls. AD ends up on Curry, and you can notice the counter from the Warriors here. They immediately call for a post-up so they can go to a post split, but you see the great effort from Vanderbilt here to turn defense into offense. AD once again had the Curry matchup, and the Warriors once again try to go to a post split, but the Lakers are able to switch it. But like I said before, the movement and drives for Golden State were just such a huge key for their win last night. AD on Wiggins was just such a huge factor that led to the Warriors' win last night. As you see, Wiggins screens for Curry again with 2 on the ball, Wiggins rolls, and then Vanderbilt pulls over for the help, but Wiggins finishes. The AD versus Curry matchups felt like total battles last night, and right here, AD wins this one. The Warriors' activity on offense was phenomenal, but also their activity on defense was great as they kept working to keep the ball in front. Like I said, the activity from the Warriors defense was just so big last night as the great ball pressure against the Lakers kept them out of flow, and you could see the Warriors turned defense into offense this time. After the results that they saw they had, the Lakers wanted to keep trying to attack Curry with LeBron as a screener. However, there was no switch, and with Wiggins in a drop, the Warriors were able to recover and force a turnover. This was when most people should have known the game was over at this point, in my eyes, as AD had already exited a couple minutes earlier, and right here the Warriors get a huge stop, and then they finish it with something that looks like a play out of NBA 2K. So as you can see from what we went over, Steve Kerr and the Warriors executed a great game plan last night, and the Warriors have been excellent at home this postseason as they have a 4-2 record, so that only gave them even more of a boost. And while I still do believe the Lakers will win this series, I want to finish off with this tweet from Richard Jefferson, as he said, "The Lakers have 2 games to win 1. Warriors in 7 would be scary. Multiple players on the Warriors team have come back from 3-1 before. They aren't done." And while I do agree with that and that sentiment, I do want to say that I think you have to remember who you're up against. LeBron and AD have been virtually unstoppable together over the last few years when healthy, and more specifically, you got to remember LeBron is a top 2 player all time. I don't think he's going to allow himself and his team to blow a 3-1 lead, and this is potentially a legacy-defining playoff run for King James in my eyes. If he blows a 3-1 lead, that could be a huge blow for him, but if he brings this team to the NBA Finals and, dare I say, wins it all, as well as another Finals MVP trophy, his legacy as well as his argument to be the GOAT will only be solidified even more, and just for the chaos of it, I'm certainly rooting for King James to do just that, and the LeBron and Jordan debates that would ensue this summer would only be even more heated and entertaining as they'll ever be. I want to know though what you guys think about the Lakers or Warriors, this series, or anything we talked about in the video or having to do with either team down below in the comment section. So let me know your thoughts down below. If you liked the video though, then please give it a like as it helps out a lot. And if you like the NBA, then make sure to hit that subscribe button and notification bell. That way you stay up to date with all the future content on my channel. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SCJ and I am out. Peace.